Good morning, everyone. I am in London and I was just journaling and I wanted to share something that I just moved through that I think is really profound. And then I'm going to share some good news, but not yeah, because sometimes we have this thing where we're moving through something difficult, but it's in the mix of also really wonderful things as well. And I think it's important to shine a light on all of that. Like, it's not about everything being perfect, it's about having certain things be really exciting happening in your life, juxtaposed with other things coming through that are not so great. So, this kind of piggybacks a little bit on the video I did last about being in nothingness, or the idea of not doing anything and how triggering that is. um, what I find now that I'm moving through, because I've been in London now for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And so I feel very triggered by this question, which my parents keep asking me, which is, what am I doing? What are you doing all day? What do you do? Right. And it's something that, I mean, this question was triggering my whole life because I just grew up with this very like strong idea that you have to constantly be busy and doing. And it's so interesting because this journey is all about the opposite. It's about undoing the aspect of self that always feels that she has to prove her worth by doing something, creating something, being something in the world. And it's all about, I don't have to do anything to know that I'm worthy, to know that I'm of value, to know that I'm loved. So, but it keeps getting kicked up. And the other thing I will say is everything that's going on in the news right now also is affecting me, right? The murder of, Rob Reiner and his wife by his son, and then, what happened at Bondi Beach, and just like, then it's like you click on one thing and then you've got like every single time I go on YouTube, now there's more. It's like, and so we're conditioned to think that all darkness is bad. And this is important because being in the unknown, there's so much darkness. That's what we refer to as the unknown. There's so much that we don't know. So it's scary. We don't know what's lurking behind, um, any of it. And this journey is so much about living in the unknown. So, okay, last night I was feeling especially like, I don't want to say sad, maybe just like this heaviness, this darkness. And I was like, okay, I'm going to lean in and invite it in even more, right? Which is something I do quite often. I don't turn away from it. I'm aware that something is trying to bubble up in me and I want to give it a chance to open up so that it can move through me, right? And so I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I got really like, whoa, I just felt even heavier. And I was like, okay, so this is something I also want to mention. When we're in control ish, meaning you can ask, okay, that was really intense. Can we just take it down a notch? How about I invite you in, but not as deep as I just experienced, right? It's a little too much. How about just a crack more? We open you up, right? So I'm always um driving the ship, so to speak. And I learned this when I did all of my training on how to do soul readings and how to talk to my soul and receive information. Sometimes it's about having boundaries, and you can say, like, okay, you can slow it down, or let's take it down a notch. You're always the one, you're the most powerful, you're the one that's kind of steering the ship in terms of all of that, right? So I said that, and then I was able to fall asleep, no problem, slept all the way through the night, woke up, and I started to journal out, like, what is this feeling of being afraid of the nothingness, the unknown, the darkness, right? As much as I am getting better at it, there's also this feeling of, it feels like a death, and it feels like if I just lean into it completely, like, I don't know, there's something really scary about that. So, okay, that's a lot of stuff, but I'm going to just share what I journaled because I just thought it was so helpful, and maybe it'll help you. Here we go. I said, "Dearest nothingness, what would you have me know?" And you can do this for any emotion that you're feeling that you want. Just ask your emotion, like, what would you have me know right now? You know, I'm giving you the floor. Please help me understand you. I want to invite you in so that I know how to see you fully without judging you. Yes, I want you to remember me. You used to play with me. You used to be fond of me. We were friends. You would imagine all kinds of wonderful worlds with me. You would create a different persona all the time with me. We were best friends until you stopped caring about me, until you used the sight of me as a way to escape into something new. I am your friend. I love to help you create whatever you wish to. Invite me to play again. I am here for you. And then I said, "So why did I feel such darkness last night when I invited you in?" And then, "Because you are afraid of me. It wasn't me. It was the fear projecting you from me." And then I just said, "So how can I dissolve the fear projecting you? Sit still and ask for me to play with you. You imagine I'm this horrible, sad feeling. I am not. This is your projection of me. You imagine, uh, and then I said, so give me some of your best qualities so I can remember to play with you. I am quiet. I am neutral. I am vast. I am open. I am where you create from and all your ideas come from. I am the you that shut the door on the outside and went inside. I am part of inspiration. Because before there is inspiration, there is me. There is nothing but vast, open space. And then I said, so how can I invite you in all the time as a buddy of mine, helping me see the beauty in the now nothingness? And then, it says, wait, there's no need. Oh, just invite me in so that when you feel the energy rise up, you'll remember who I really am, here to guide you and play with you and create with you. And I just loved that because I do remember as a child locking my door in my room and just like, being in my imagination and being playful. And so there is this feeling that when there was nothing, I created. That's where I created. I created from nothing. You know what I mean? When I couldn't go outside and play, when I wasn't able to watch TV, when I had, I was a little child, I used my imagination to play. And I think we forget that. I certainly forgot it. And it's something that, yeah, I just completely forgot. So I love that. I also love the part where I know it's weird to refer to nothingness as it, but when I heard back, it's you're projecting this fear of me, which is the feeling. So it's like as soon as you said invite me in, it's like the feeling of fear projected onto nothingness is what I was actually feeling, but it wasn't actually real because nothingness has no feeling. It's completely neutral. It just is. And we project, like I said, this conditioned response to what is darkness, what is the unknown. It's scary, right? So that was really powerful. Now that I know it's just a projection, it's not actually real, I can clock it, I can name it, I can go, wait, no, that's not real. That's just what I've been conditioned to believe the unknownness or nothingness is, right? And again, how am I going to learn to love myself unconditionally without doing anything? Well, the universe is going to keep initiating me by giving me nothing to do. By like just a series of like a long stretch of time where it's not that I'm not doing anything. I do sessions. Like I said, I was doing tours. And again, this is maybe me trying to justify. It's not though. I'm just trying to illustrate that It's not that I'm just doing nothing. It's that there's no consistent, like, especially being here, having this full month, there's no like consistent, I'm doing this for the whole month. And so that's what gets kicked, excuse me, what gets kicked up. Okay. I hope that was helpful. The other thing I want to say is some exciting news. I booked my ticket to India. I'm headed to India for a full month, starting January 8th. I'm very excited. I'm going to stay in an ashram, talk about doing nothing, but it's not doing nothing because, you know, you're going to hear a wake up call at 5 in the morning. We're all going to meditate together. There's yoga every day. There's community. I'm so excited to just go to the birthplace of, you know, yoga where it first began, because, you know, I am a teacher and I feel like I've always been curious about it. It's something that really has drawn me. Um, Also a little bit of a fear around like, what is that going to bring up, you know? But I do love the idea of being in community because, and having such reverence for this specific um, schedule of like, this is what we're doing every day. This is how we show up every day. Like, it really is about just being in the nothingness and just watching it all show up, you know, aside from, I guess, taking in all the beauty of being in India, which is going to be wild. I'm so excited. And the other really exciting news is I had spoken about how I thought I was going to be leaving Paris because my visa was up. Guess what happened? I mean, all I can tell you is everything comes through at the last minute. I think I know that I spoke about it for two reasons. One, I wanted to just, I guess, share that this is definitely a possibility, even though in the back of my mind I thought, but you know, what I've learned is like things come through at the very last minute. You never know. I wanted to show that I'm at peace with it, that it's okay. If I have to leave Paris, I'm fine with it. And then the second reason I think I shared it was because it was another unknown. I was like, well, let me just talk about it, put it out there. And also how grateful I am that I got to stay, you know, these 11 months that, you know, that other miracle came through, right? So long story short, there was two things that I was concerned about with my visa, which was the money factor. I didn't have it. I didn't have the amount of money that you needed. And I needed to prove housing. Now, this is what's interesting. I was like, well, let me just check online and see if, you know, there's maybe I just apply anyway and get the rejection, but maybe it'll buy me some more time. I realized I missed something, which was they actually accept a phone bill, which I still have my French phone number, and that's attached to my address, the old address I had. I was like, let me just do that. So I submitted that, and then at the very last minute, money came through, and I was like, I could have never predicted it. Voila, here you go. In the complete acceptance of what I imagined would happen, the universe again swoops in, and it was just incredible how it all worked out. The timing of it, it was like 2 days before it was going to expire. I got this money and I just was able to submit everything. And I already heard back from them. I've got an extension through March. So, I mean, it's just so beautiful. And I'm just really grateful. And so I wanted to share all of this to let you know beautiful things happen. You could be moving through something difficult. You can move, you know, like all of this is in the mesh, in all of it. It's all in the pot of this whole life experience. And all of it is a part of life, you know? It's never just riding high all the time. It's like you've got many different layers all happening all at once. And so, voila, that's it for today. Share in the comments if this was helpful. My hair, I'm going to have to dry it. And enjoy the rest of your day or week. And hopefully, I will probably do another one before the end of the year. Sending you all so much love. Oh, I always mean to say this at the end of each video. Experience is our greatest teacher. Go out into the world and have an adventure. Be fearless. Take care, everyone.